over the past few years, there has been an astronomical uptick in predator sightings, creepy things happening, people off the hook trying to kidnap people and things of that such. But I can't help but notice that there is one major predator that no one is talking about. One major predator that is gone unnoticed. Now, before we get into this, I will say that I don't want anyone to be scared after this. I don't want anyone to be, disturbed. I don't want you guys to have sleepless nights where, you're having cold sweats and you're having those half awake, half asleep the whole nights because you're so at unease from something that you took in that day. So you guys, this is not for the weak, this topic. Even while I was making this video, I started to get scared. I started to get uncomfortable. At night, I would keep looking into the corner of the room because I felt like there's someone who doesn't want this to get out. They could get me in trouble. You guys, I might be on a hit list after I post this video. That's how uncomfortable it was. Like, I had to keep looking over my shoulders. I was pulling up things as I was digging deeper, finding receipts, finding suspects. This is no joking matter. And I better not see a smile on nobody's face. Because if you laugh, you're sick. You're sick. Now let's get into it. This story is about everything in this story is actually alleged, you guys. I really don't want them to come after me. If I go missing after this video is evidence. It's proof. Shoot, you guys might need to screen record or something. They might take this down. If I go missing, y'all know why. But let's get into it. This story is about a young man who is allegedly handsome. That confuses me a little when I see him. But he's a very handsome young ninja. Very ambitious, the go-getter. He works hard at his craft, which is understandable. When you're working at something, going through schooling, things of that sort, and you can start to see it take off. That's what was happening for him. And he's only 11 years old. Or 12, I can't remember exactly, but that's impressive for him. Anyway, he starts to, he has missions, he has quests, he has villains. Come on now. He has a resume at this point. So basically, there's a young girl, an incredibly powerful young girl named Puka. Now, when she sees him, for her, this is a love at first sight thing. For Garu, this is probably one of the most confusing, terrifying, frustrating, overbearing things that have, one of those things that could have ever happened to you. One of those things where if it's like, could I go back and change things? Would I? Would I have never went down that road? Would I have never went to go see my friend that day so that I never met this girl? Is that what it would be? Now, after meeting this handsome young man, she becomes so deeply infatuated with him, so mentally ill in limerence, that she starts to stalk him, basically. Like, she'll literally hunt him down. She'll hug him. A stranger she doesn't know. She'll kiss him. She'll tackle him to the ground, straddle him, nuzzle into his neck, and kiss him. And when I describe this to you, I feel like somehow, we need to get into what her upbringing was, because she essentially hunts down and assaults Garu whenever she can. And to me, I think that pinpoints a lot of other issues for her upbringing and for what's to come for Geru. So let's get into the enablers. Now, I was going to vilify Puka, but really, I think we need to pinpoint the other folks in this show as well, because it wasn't just Puka that was doing, crazy things. We had Abio, who is supposedly Geru's best friend, but he never really put forth any effort to protect Geru. In fact, as Geru's getting assaulted, everyone goes, "Aww," including Ching, who's Puka's best friend, and dare I say Puka's best enabler. Everything Puka does is so beautiful. Puka is so beautiful, but to me, she looks like 3 lines. There's just a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And I think that the true villains in this scenario have got to be the 3 uncles. Come on now, y'all. Come on. Puka didn't gain these attributes just one day naturally. I think they know something that nobody else knows. Because why is Puka straddling, kissing on, and tackling people? That's not normal. I think something's going on. Excuse me, guys. I'm getting nervous. I feel like someone's watching me right now. I feel like something's over my shoulder. Listen, I don't want to say too much. Usually fathers are more protective, and her uncles are like her father figures. But instead of being protective to them, it's cute. It's funny. It's satirical. That's not okay. Because to Geru, it's terrifying. It's frustrating. It's confusing. What did I do? Is this because of me? Am I in the wrong? Should I like her? Puka has this foundation. Puka has this support system, and Geru really doesn't have those things. He doesn't have the big family that's always supporting him, everyone awing, a friend who actually really has his back all the time. So now we're going to get into the whole Stockholm syndrome of it all. Because, what's a romance without somebody getting socked in the jaw or forced into a marriage or choke slammed against the counter? That's just how things are nowadays. But Puka's harassment of Geru is so persistent, so overbearing. She becomes such a staple in his life at this point. Like, she's able to fight his villain. She's able to essentially combat him and win, which is another aspect that's just equally as terrifying. At one point, she takes the moon out of the sky. This is a Superman level threat that we're talking about here. At one point, we're going to need something to take her down. Well, when things get tumultuous, when puberty hits and things of that sort, and if something knocks her off of balance and she gets really upset, what is the village going to do? What is the world going to do? So her presence for Geru was basically so over-consuming that he starts to think, maybe I do have a crush on her. Maybe I do like her. Maybe this is love. And the fact that people around him are manipulating him and telling him this is cute, this is romantic. Oh, everybody loves her. She's beautiful, this, and that. Then he'll start to think, oh, she's a prize. Okay, maybe I should reciprocate these feelings. It's giving very much, I don't even know. I can't say the Hulk and Black Widow. It's giving very much the crackhead that stands at the corner at night and an unsuspecting victim like one of the crackheads that could jump off of a 10-foot story building, land, and there's a meteor-sized crater under him and he's unscathed. Yeah, this is going to be the part where things get a bit dark, because Figueroa, he didn't really have any protection. Figueroa, there was no real help. And I don't want this to be one of those things where when you turn this video off, you lay in bed and you're stressed and you're incredibly depressed and you can't get up, you don't want to use the bathroom, you don't want to eat, you don't sleep. One of those things where you enter restless sleeps and, you know, just are deeply uncomfortable. I don't want this to be that video for you guys. That's one of the things I would never wish on anybody. That's not what I want. I just want you guys to be aware that sometimes there are no happy endings. And unfortunately, this is one of those times. So he may actually like her. There are even some rumors that they may have married as they got older. Some people don't get protection. And sometimes children are failed. And that's just what it is. The child is failed and there was no one there to guide them, to help them, to uplift them. Figueroa. It may already. It may already be too late.